Hey, and welcome back to Split Second Science. Today, we will discuss an interesting topic, early interstellar missions. In my last video, I discussed faster-than-light technology. However, we're going to say that when humanity makes its first voyage towards the stars, we won't be able to bend space-time, so we will be restricted to sublight technology. There are multiple sublight fuel sources out there that humanity could use till faster-than-light travel is invented. One option is nuclear. One of the two types of nuclear energy is one we already have, nuclear fission. In fact, we already use nuclear fission for unmanned spacecraft. For example, the New Horizons spacecraft, which made the first ever flyby of Pluto in human history in the year 2015, was fission powered. However, even the best fission energy possible may still take 9 decades to reach the nearest star, Proxima Centauri. Good for interplanetary travel? Sure. Interstellar? Pretty meh, even for sublight tech. Fusion is one which we can do in small quantities, but isn't commercially used yet. But a good enough fusion reactor could allow for travel to Proxima in 3 to 3.5 decades. Also, photon propulsion is good. Photon propulsion involves zapping a concentrated laser beam through a spacecraft for energy. If mastered, this could allow for travel to Proxima in 1 to 1.5 decades. Antimatter would allow for travel there in half a decade. Same with dark energy. So, those are some good options for sublight interstellar fuel. So, I'm going to make a scenario for the first voyage. The year is 2131. Tens of millions of people now live off Earth, including about 5,000 over a light year away at the Oort cloud. Since 2118, the mission has been under heavy planning. Agencies like NASA are funding insane amounts of money into this. A probe has already been sent. It arrived in the year 2116. Now, we're going to assume that there is a habitable moon orbiting a gas giant around Proxima Centauri, even though that's highly unlikely. Let's name it Pandora 2.0. No, I've never watched that movie, but I know about it. So, Pandora 2.0 it is. Pandora 2.0 is an Earth-like moon with similar size to Pluto. The gravity is about 0.84 Earth regular, which is less than Venus and Earth, but more than Mercury or Mars by a long shot. By the way, yes, Venus does have slightly less gravity than Earth, 0.91 Earth regular. It isn't the gravity that squishes you, it's the pressure. Also, humanity has detected complex life living on the moon. No intelligent life, but some interesting stuff. Flying beasts with 10-foot-long razor-sharp black claws, which is longer than the creature's actual body. Lethal creatures similar to big cats, except they are blind. They live and hunt using hearing and echolocation. They also have a purplish tint to them. In fact, they are a pure dark purple. Not only that, but these beasts are faster than cheetahs here on Earth. They are capable of bursts of speed exceeding 90 miles an hour, and able to sustain that for a full 2 minutes, allowing them to cover 12,000 feet or 3,657 meters in one sprint. And since the moon orbits a planet that is orbiting the red dwarf Proxima Centauri, the sky is a constant red haze during the daytime, rather than blue like Earth. Plants are black, and clouds are a hazy orange color. Everyone is hyped about the mission. Governments are signing contracts to allow for their citizens to legally sign up. A total of 2,500,000 adventurous people from Earth, Pluto, and Mars sign up. Out of them, 12,000 get accepted for the journey. On October 23, 2131, the mission is launched. The spaceship is called Proximity, named after its destination, Proxima Centauri. The spaceship uses nuclear fusion engines, traveling at 12% the speed of light. It will arrive at Proxima Centauri in 38 years. For the people on board, time dilation would be in effect. As you approach light speed, your clock slows down, so it may only feel like 34 or 33 years to the crew, not 38 if they're traveling at 12% light speed. However, time dilation doesn't work with faster-than-light tech, only sublight. But if a civilization is able to make warp drives that can cross the entire galaxy in hours, they probably don't need it anyways. As soon as the crew leaves, they start to accelerate. After a couple of days, they reach their desired speed of 22,300 miles per second, or 35,888 kilometers per second. Everyday life on the ship is way different than back home. The ship houses 30 staff members. 7 of them are ship officers, 9 people manage food and drinks, 10 ship lifeguards who make sure nobody gets into an accident or gets injured, basically keeping everything safe. Then finally, 4 people who manage the fuel supply and ship resources. Along with them is 12,000 passengers. on a ship that is a total of 5.5 square miles, or 14.2 square kilometers. In 2139, they passed the Oort cloud, left to spend the next 3 decades in the blackness of interstellar space. Some people chose to get frozen by now. Others want to live out the full mission. In total, half of the crew decided to become human popsicles for the remainder of the journey, while the other half stuck around. The food on board is mostly basic stuff like fruits and soups, but there is some fancy stuff as well. Housing areas are modest, 175 square foot per person, meaning a family of 4 would get similar living space to a small apartment today. The place is basically an indoor city. Not only is the surface area huge, but the thing is over 300 feet tall. Once a spaceship is about 1 light day away from its destination, it starts to slowly decelerate. Once it lands in 2169, the colonists will have to find a way to set up shop in this harsh environment. Lethal, mostly unknown animals, a red, hazy sky, as well as slightly less gravity. Humans can't get food from here. Our bodies wouldn't be able to digest extraterrestrial material. If you did, you'd either die of poisoning or you'd be spending many hours on the toilet with insane nausea, as your body tries to get rid of all this stuff. Chances are, people would be living in little bubble habitats. Eventually, more and more humans would come to Pandora 2.0, and humanity continues on. Either way, if you guys have any suggestions for science or history topics you want me to cover, leave them down below. This is SSS, signing off.